Mike Tyson has accumulated a lot of casualties in his professional boxing career against fighters who almost doubled his size. He has never felt fear or been intimidated by the words of those boxers who know how to attack in press conferences but fail to live up to their threats once they enter the honorable fighting ring. What happened on the day these two profiles clashed? Welcome. In today's video, I will talk to you about the fight where Iron Mike had to face the most conceited fat man of his entire career, and he lived to tell the tale. Once again demonstrating that punches have the final say in the noble art of boxing, this is the encounter between Mike Tyson and Brian Nielsen that everyone was talking about in 2001. I hope you're comfortable because this battle is about to begin. Born on April 1st, 1965, Brian Nielsen is a well-remembered Danish professional boxer today. Probably his greatest moments of glory were experienced before stepping into the ring to face Iron Mike. From 96 to 99, he held the IBO heavyweight title. Nielsen successfully defended his title 5 times, even against the legendary Larry Holmes and the almost unstoppable Phil Jackson. Establishing the second highest number of defenses, second only to Vladimir Klitschko, he was not necessarily a rival you wanted to step into the ring with. At one point, he matched Rocky Marciano's record of 49 consecutive wins without defeats. With Tyson nearing the end of the second decade of his professional career, opinions on what would happen once he entered the ring to face Nielsen were more than divided. Under this uncertainty, both fighters entered the Parken Ring in Copenhagen, Denmark, on October 13, 2001. Steve Smager was the man tasked with ensuring a fair fight, while the critical eye of Erkki Marinen, Daniel van de Wiel, and Marty Denkin were to declare a winner at the end of the scheduled 10 rounds if the force of their fists was not enough to claim victory. With 62 victories, 43 of them by painful knockout, and only one previous loss, Nielsen portrayed himself as the opponent to beat. His confidence facing the fight made him act like a conceited person, letting words slip that discredited Tyson's career up to that point. Tyson's 48 victories, 42 of them by knockout, were not exactly anything. But coupled with his 3 previous losses and 2 draws, it seemed the balance tipped in favor of the conceited Dane. With the bell sound, the first round of the contest began. Tyson honored his legacy from the get-go, cornering Nielsen and executing a powerful combination of body punches to waste no time in working towards his victory.
I'm not sure yet.
The body and the head now.
It seemed the Danish fat man had run out of ammunition early in the fight when he focused on his guard to avoid being injured by the missiles raining from all directions.
Tyson continues to unload. He's got a minute to go in round 1. 3. Big right hand to the head by Tyson, followed up by a left uppercut.
By the end of the round, Nielsen's attempts to counter Tyson's offense were not only weak, his face already showed how exhausted he was, and that's when he understood the magnitude of the problem he had gotten himself into. Backing up to being cornered seemed to be part of Nielsen's strategy for the start of the second round. Covering his face, he subjected his body to absorb the ruthless punches Tyson landed on him. Throwing 1 out of every 10 he received, the conceited Dane was swimming in dangerous waters by not making a real effort to change the course of the fight.
For a big guy, Nielsen doesn't really have a big wallet, not big power.
The second round. Overhand right, partially blocked by Tyson. Inside, Tyson working.
By the end of the round, Tyson went straight for the head with a combination of punches on the edge of the bell sound. With Nielsen grumpy about this event, everyone eagerly awaited to discover what would happen next.
To the second. Combination of the head by Nielsen still standing.
Barely into the third round, the great Iron Mike showed that his machinery was still well-oiled by executing a sadistic combination of punches that immediately left Nielsen defenseless against the ropes.
Nielsen enters into round 3. The left eye was cut. Late of heads.
Tyson had the experience and patience necessary to work towards a victory against a fighter larger than himself, and he was proving it. Near the end of the round, Nielsen exposed his helplessness by grabbing Tyson by the neck. This dirty move was nothing more than a reflection of his inability to win in a fair battle, and the fact led him to receive a clear warning from Smager saying, "That doesn't fly here." Once the fight resumed, Mike showed that there was no need to resort to dirtiness to tame a rival. Like teaching a lesson to his adversary, he executed a powerful combination of punches as punishment that sent Nielsen directly to the canvas for some reflection.
The crowd getting behind Nielsen.
Get off his neck, Brian.
Oh, quick combination of the head, and down goes Nielsen.
Getting up immediately, he could continue the fight following the mandatory count of 8. In the midst of a clinch, a low blow from Tyson made him dance around the ring.
Nielsen looking to make it to the bell.
After the bell sound, the giant Dane continued to move from side to side, seeking some stability. Arriving at his corner, he fell to his knees and, trying to get up, fell back down. He couldn't take it anymore. Tyson's body shots had torn him apart. But his stubbornness amidst the screams from his corner forced him back into the fight. Without any mercy, Tyson pushed Nielsen against the ropes after the first blow of the 4th round. Continuing to work towards his victory with body combinations, Mike's experience told him he already had half the job done. Occasionally, Nielsen tried to neutralize Tyson's offense with a right hand. But this meant nothing compared to the bombs Tyson threw left and right.
Oh, a heavy right hand after the left uppercut by Tyson.
Dane's holding up. Now he's doing it on Nielsen.
Unfortunately for the Dane.
Nielsen tried to create distance between himself and Tyson at the start of the 5th round. His new strategy was frustrated when Mike broke down the barriers with the force of his fists. Trying to buy some time, Nielsen began to cling to Tyson's body. Halfway through the scheduled rounds, how much time could he buy with such a cowardly approach?
Right there, and then he countered with a big right, heavy right hand. The crowd hoping for a miracle here.
At the start of the 6th round, just one punch from Tyson was enough to leave the conceited Dane against the ropes. Trying to defend himself only made him neglect his guard, forcing him to absorb the ruthless punches Tyson connected with him without much difficulty. By the end of the round, Mike changed the target of his missiles and directed them straight to Nielsen's head. Making him dance around the ring, it was evident how afraid he was to start a close fight against the legend.
Oh, a big right hand by Tyson to that.
He got started that too, Steve. He got his head up in the air and almost took it off.
Another slashing right, a right hand by Tyson.
At the end of the 6th round, both fighters returned to their corners for the regular break. Tyson looked as fresh as someone who had just woken up from a restful sleep, but the same couldn't be said for Nielsen. Throughout 6 tough rounds, the conceited Dane was the one who had endured the bitter part of the encounter. When the bell called the fighters to start the 7th episode, the camera focused on Nielsen, who was still in his corner. Hidden among his team, it was communicated that he decided to surrender. For what he had achieved so far, victory was decided for Tyson as a technical knockout. That man who everyone thought would be an easy target for living the last years of his activity in professional boxing showed that there was still much of himself to offer to the discipline. While this was one of Mike Tyson's last victories, the moment of his retirement keeps him dignified even today. On the other hand, Brian Nielsen didn't learn any lessons after that tough night of excessive punishment and continued with his conceited attitude towards the man who was once the youngest heavyweight champion in history. During the following years, Nielsen assured the sports press that there were better fighters than Tyson. Unfortunately, he proved not to be one of them. If you've made it this far, I thank you. If you liked the story, remember there's no better way to support my content than leaving your like on the video. Do you know another one of Tyson's last fights that also deserves its moment on my channel? Tell me about it in the comments. For now, you have a myriad of options to accompany you at any time of your day. Select the next one and I'll see you there.